thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
I feel good, boy.
Clive, we weren't expecting...
I wasn't expecting to be here. But it seems we still owe you and though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow anyway. Why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected a bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still...
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander. Word is, he was the first one Sid reached out. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the... And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But
he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement. I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice... as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
Naught but wild beasts, this end. All their twisted tail.
ready, go? Faster! certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answer, which means we owe the Lord. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Bang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
You.
What are we gonna do?
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons.
My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignat.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never...
Redeem!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you.
That? No. That's just how his lord... He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with it.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from...
Ah, you know, late...
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's...
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
A condition I would be a fool to...
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet and every ill-gotten coin in doubt.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac and...
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell. It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of the bandit's bed. You would have thought a few dozen good men might put an end to the problem. Then again, what commander would want to march his troop into the Velcroy?
Let's go. Faster!
Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's nothing. All right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return. What should I call you?
Wyvern,
For me? Well, why, Redeem here tells me you wished for...
a few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that. It was made in the Outer Isles, far, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone. But it is the final stone, a mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hard. Take this to get the very stone of which I spoke, and a far more.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter I am one step ahead of the
Are there many other collectors?
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis, and is a perennial thorn in my side. Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again. Radim, we must...
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an... Now, let's see what Black...
I take it, Drake's...
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread.
Citizens are free to come and go as they please.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Olive Talc?
Still no caravan from the Dominion's perfumeries.
Milady.
Gifts? Oh my. Clive.
Otto asked me to settle the hideaway's dead with the Veil, and to compensate you for the time it took.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing. Nor my contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather... Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway...
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. And blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done. But it was clear that it weighed heavily on.
I didn't know.
How could you have? And besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
I noticed you and Torgal. You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for...
I was just on my way to... Sorry for the wait, but Hove, you...
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find any...
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the... One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the plate, but there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry? Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just... don't push yourself too...
No, I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when... Hey, I owe you one. August 2. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right.
Back, are ya? What do you want? That it? Fine.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
It's no joke. Ffxvi is gone.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy. Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accept...
But she was just too stubborn to take. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my
Karen refused.
I hope it wasn't Saya.
I'm sure you were as tactful as...
How are you doing? Oh, this time what I really... Quick look. Always something in there.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Ah, were you able?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You... Lady Karen...
Ah, do you recall
about
Priscilla and Wilder? That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one Icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the Icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected.
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are...
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you won. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in...
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you. I may have tossed a talent or two in the eye, but those were donations. And you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it.
Of course not. But one good turn. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have...
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether... Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for us. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Cid the Outlaw himself and ask... Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to...
I hear you ended up thanks to this. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are squat.
Right away!
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Cid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
Huh.
How long did you know Cid before he...
Before he died? 20 summers. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. Which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long night, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duty. Quit my post not long after that. But me and Cid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail as... That was Before fate stepped, the magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day. And there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how that... Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was him who cried for me. Him who swore he'd do everything he could. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one... I knew then I'd follow that. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking. Let's go. Run like the wind.
All right. Thanks, girl. Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
You're finished.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought a bucket. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If a wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself. Ready, go? Yeah! That'll do, girl.
Clive? What's that for you, dear? Not bad, if I do say so myself.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
Wish I could take it.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up now.
All right, there. How's that?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it. You're a gent, Sid. Let nothing say other. Right then. There we... The Telemon Malembe.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut the...
There's no need. The good...
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work...
What kind?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the... Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll...
Well...
That's the spirit! Well?
It certainly feels...
Right?
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavours. Without you, and I'm telling you.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts. Here you are. All done?
The crystal too?
This is no time to ride.